Workers United Local 4 voted overwhelmingly to ratify their new contract, with one worker saying, "I have worked here for 38 years, and nothing compares to this contract." So every single week, workers are on the move. They are winning union elections, filing for union elections. They're bargaining contracts. They're winning contracts. Legislation is being introduced to help or hurt us, and not enough attention is paid for it. So every week we open the show with a rapid-fire segment about what happened last week in Southern labor. So here's what workers in the U.S. South and American colonies were up to from March the 8th to the 15th. In new union campaigns, the employer filed for a union election after a majority of the 73 workers at Transdev Services in Houston, Texas, demonstrated support for unionization with the Teamsters, Local 988. 3 workers at the Cesar Chavez Foundation in Austin, Texas, again filed a petition to hold a union election with Lone Star Labor Education, and again withdrew the petition. This is very bizarre behavior from this bargaining unit. I'm not sure what's going on there. 400 workers at United Football League Enterprises in Arlington, Texas, filed a petition to hold a union election with the United Steelworkers, USW, Local 9004. 8 workers at Wells Fargo Bank in Apex, North Carolina, filed a petition to hold a union election with Wells Fargo Workers United, a CWA affiliate, as did 8 more workers at a Wells Fargo location in Cedar Hill, Texas, and 10 more workers at a Wells Fargo location in Bellevue, Florida. This campaign is really picking up steam. So if you are a Wells Fargo worker and you're listening to this and you think that you could use a union, reach out to the union. Wells Fargo Workers United. This campaign is one like the Starbucks campaign that's really taking off, it seems. 99 workers at Flight Safety International in Savannah, Georgia, filed a petition to hold a union election with the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, IAMAW. 8 workers at Second Chance Animal Rescue in Norman, Oklahoma, filed a petition to hold a union election with the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, AFSCME. In campaign updates, Hyundai has begun offering employees subsidized childcare amid the union campaign to try to stave off unionization. In election results, it was a pretty bleak week, I have to say. 3 groups of workers withdrew their petition for a union election last week. 6 workers at Arcola in Harrison, Arkansas, with Teamsters Local 373, and 20 workers at Houston Landing in Houston, Texas, with the Media Guild of the West, News Guild, CWA, as did 28 workers at another location of Houston Landing in San Antonio, Texas. 133 security guards at Loomis Armored US, LLC in Atlanta, Georgia, voted in favor of unionizing with the Security, Police, and Fire Professionals of America, SPFPA. Workers in Charlottesville, Virginia's Public Works Department, Department of Parks and Recreation, Department of Public Utilities, Fire Department, and Office of Community Solutions voted to unionize with the Teamsters Local 29. 55 workers at Jupiter Aluminum Corporation in Wellsburg, West Virginia voted 15-34 against unionization with the USW. 674 workers at Westinghouse Electric Company in Hopkins, South Carolina, voted against unionization, 246-379, with the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, IBEW. 27 workers at Southeastern Paper Group in College Park, Georgia, voted against unionization with the Teamsters Local 528. In settlements, grievances, and unfair labor practices, Waffle House workers in Tennessee filed 2 lawsuits against the company alleging wage theft. In strikes and bargaining updates, Teamsters Local 688 at Gray Bar in St. Louis, Missouri are still on strike, as are Teamsters at Molson Coors, and they're calling for a boycott of the brand, so don't buy Molson Coors products, folks. The members of Workers United Local 4 at the Marshall's Distribution Center in Bridgewater, Virginia, voted overwhelmingly to ratify their new contract, with one worker saying, quote, "I have worked here for 38 years, and nothing compares to this contract." AFGE members recently ratified what the union is calling a, quote, "groundbreaking collective bargaining agreement" with the TSA. In politics and legislation, Republicans in the U.S. House are subpoenaing a union local because they don't like a resolution that the union local overwhelmingly democratically passed. An Alabama library board fired the director, and workers closed the library in protest. In response, the 4 workers were also terminated by the board. CWA Local 3905 endorsed Maryland lands for State House District 10 in Huntsville, Alabama. And pretty short week for Southern Labor last week. If we missed anything, let us know, tvlr.fm/contact, and we can include it in next week's Roundup. You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.